Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 17th. We're just going to jump right in here, Scorpio, and we are going to see what is going on for you. This whole entire reading, this first part of the reading is just going to be your current general energies, whatever you're dealing with this week. Then we're going to clarify with the after tarot over here, and we're going to see what's coming up in the future here. So that'll be that, Scorpio. But let's see here. Some of you could be going through a difficult ending here. Some sort of truth was exposed. By the way, also, this is the Coffee Cup Oracle. People keep asking me what this deck is. This is the Coffee Cup Oracle by Amira. But let's see here, Scorpio. Definitely, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that, this change has been, whatever you've been going through has been easy, clearly. But again, don't panic because we're going to clarify with the after tarot, right? Almost everyone, again, has had the tower, like I've been saying for like weeks. The tower's just going to keep coming up as far as I'm concerned. For pretty much everyone. But you start off with this diligence card here. I feel like you tried to protect something from coming to an end for some of you. That's not true for all of you, but it's like sometimes I think we start doing things to, especially in relationships, we do things to, I don't know how to say this, Scorpio, so I'm just going to say it and take it how it resonates, right? But it's like sometimes I think we do things to try to get ahead of the relationship ending. Like we don't want it to end, so maybe we make some concessions or, whatever. We do something, we kind of do something to stop it from ending. But again, that simple act of doing that sometimes causes it to end. And I'm wondering if that's what happened here. Like maybe you tried to do some things to prevent a relationship from ending. It could have been your person as well. Take it how it resonates. But, I feel that for some of you, you're not sure what your next steps are. Again, even if this has nothing to do with love, I feel you have the Eight of Swords here. A little bit confusing as to like what you should do next is what I'm getting. You have the Five of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Swords. I almost feel like this is something that you're trying to get away from. It's like I don't know if you've ever been in pain, right? In a certain way where it's like if you had like a certain type of pain where you just like want to get away from it. It's like I hurt my shoulder once, right? And it like hurt really bad, and I just like nothing I could do. I just wanted to move away from it, but nothing I could do would stop it from hurting, right? And again, I kind of get that feeling here. I'm not saying it's physical pain that you're experiencing, but I feel for some of you, it's like there could be some sort of pain where it has you kind of like in this place of pacing, trying to soothe yourself, right? For others, I do feel this is talking about competition. If you're dealing with competition in work or business, just based off this reading, I feel like this is saying don't focus on it. It's like the act of focusing on it could be causing it. You have the Eight of Swords as well. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. It does say that you could easily set yourself free. She could easily lean up against these swords here, and she could cut her hands free, and then she could take her blindfold off, and she could see things very clearly. So she needs to set herself free. You also have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords could say that some of you are taking time to heal. Really, I see this reading as a glow-up, because look, you go Four of Swords, Queen of Wands to the Empress. That's glow-up vibes, focusing on abundance. But there's something here, obviously, and here as well, that is distracting, in this reading. So is it a bad reading? I would actually say no, even though you have some bad cards here. So let's see. We're going to clarify this first row with the after tarot. With the Five of Wands, you have the Magician. The Magician is pointing down this diagonal. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But the Magician, remember, I kind of said something like about manifesting just a minute ago. So I feel for some of you, this is about needing to use your powers of manifestation to get what you want. If we look here, he's pointing down here. Number one, the Nine of Swords can say that if you are experiencing the pain, like I was saying, I don't think it's literally pain. I think maybe it's just sometimes if we go through a breakup or something, we just want something to soothe us. We want something to kind of take that pain away. So Nine of Swords represents something temporary, and it could just say that it's temporary. But I also feel he's pointing towards that Queen of Wands more importantly, and the Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for something you want, but also focusing on your desires. With the Eight of Swords, here you go, you have the Page of Wands, new adventure. Page of Wands like going on a new adventure, but more than anything else, he moves towards things that make him feel enthusiastic. He moves towards things that he desires, his true desires. And I'm pretty sure this has come up for you before, Scorpio, that, there could be things that you desire to do. The problem with the time we're living in is maybe they don't make logical sense, the things that you want to do. But the trick is, Again, with Neptune and Pisces, if there's something you want to do that you desire to do, you should probably do it because it'll probably exceed your expectations with Neptune and Pisces, plus a lot of the other stuff that is going on, right? We're entering into the age of Aquarius, very unconventional. So it's like being conventional. Maybe you have a career and you want to leave your career because you feel stuck. But maybe also everybody's saying, oh, you have to have a career because that's what society says. But what do you say is what I would say. What do your desires tell you to do? Same thing with a relationship. It's like maybe you're in a relationship and everybody's like saying you should stay in this, but maybe you shouldn't. I just said this to someone else too. Very like similar energy. With the Four of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands. So you have the Queen of Wands twice in this second diagonal. And I feel like you need to be bold and assertive. And again, I feel like you need to move towards the wand here, Scorpio. The wand is your desires. And whatever your desires are, it doesn't matter how weird they are either. Again, maybe you want to start a worm farm, as I always joke about, but you never know. You could be the first person to create, $1 billion worm farm. So I would just do it, is what this reading is saying. Whatever weird thing you want to do. Next, you have this exposed card. I feel like something was exposed here in a situation that left you feeling left out in the cold. Could be the truth about a person because you have the Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, sorry. You have the Seven of Swords. I don't know that this is really exposed though. Part of me feels like you always knew what was happening in a situation. So if it's like someone was a liar, cheater, stealer, I feel like you knew that they weren't to be trusted. It's like, maybe there was a little bit of surprise there, but I also feel like you knew that what the truth was. And I feel like there was definitely communication here. This doesn't even have to be in love. This could be in some other area of your life, something that left you feeling left out in the cold. But you have the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Definitely having experienced a difficult ending. Again, we go to the Seven of Swords, to the Tower. This was probably a Tower moment. I do feel like you've already kind of experienced this Tower moment and the Ten of Swords, feeling stabbed in the back, feeling betrayed. But again, it's like this reading is pretty simple, actually. To me, it's saying you have a choice on what you focus on. You can focus on this, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, Tower, or you can focus on this right here, being an Empress. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. You have a choice on whether or not you focus on, joy, happiness, abundance, or whatever this mess is right here. So that's what I'd be focusing on. With the Five of Pentacles says do not call attention to your weaknesses, especially for those of you going through a breakup. Again, when we go through a breakup, I think we start thinking, what's wrong with me, right? And I feel like this is saying nothing. Don't focus on your weaknesses. And I feel like you need to not focus on those things. You have the Queen of Wands here. Again, I feel like this is your answer. Again, doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you need to be bold, assertive. She has a sunflower here as well. The sunflowers in the tarot represent the sun. They represent focusing on joy, happiness, abundance, all the good things. So that's what I'd be focusing on here if I were you, Scorpio, is like all the good stuff that could be coming into your life. And that's what I would do if I were you. Let's see. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Swords. I mean, the truth coming out, like I said, so even though this person was a liar, there could be some sort of truth coming out. I think it's interesting. This is like a falcon. There's a hawk on that exposed card there. So definitely some sort of messages were received. And it's like you didn't want to see it. See how its eyes are covered? So some of you maybe received a truth that you didn't want to see, but I also do feel there is like a victory that's coming in for you. The thing with the Ace of Swords is that it cuts both ways, right? It can represent a sacrifice. Normally has a palm frond, not on this one, but has a palm frond on one side, which represents a sacrifice in the tarot. Has an olive branch on the other, which can represent peace and offer peace and apology, but that's not what I'm feeling here. It can also represent abundance. So even though you've experienced something difficult, I feel like there's abundance coming in for you here, Scorpio. I actually like where this is going. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. See, I'm wondering if you decided to turn away from a person here. It's almost like someone left you or something, and maybe they thought they could get you back. See this person screaming in the water. But I feel like you've decided to turn around and focus on yourself. You have that Empress energy, so definitely. Same thing with a job. It's like maybe a job isn't supporting you, and you're deciding, I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to go start my own thing here. And I feel like that would be a good option. I would be careful of anyone who is drowning in life. Again, if you have a person that always needs saving or anything like that, this to me says, like, let that person drown. Not literally, figuratively. Someone always takes it there. And I'm like, no, this is YouTube, right? Not literally allowing someone to drown. We're talking figuratively here, a person who can't save themselves. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. The power of focus is what I would say to you here, Scorpio. This whole entire reading is saying that the second you start focusing on what you do want, that's what you're going to get. Eight of Wands was traditionally like the arrows of love, meaning that you, kind of like Esther Hicks always says, she calls it the rockets of desire, where we're like sending out rockets of desire. We're telling the universe what we want, and the universe is responding. The Eight of Wands, I feel the longer you can stay in that energy, the more good stuff is going to come to you. Again, Esther Hicks says 17 seconds. 17 seconds of focus on what you do want is all you need to get the ball rolling in the right direction. And if you can just be moving more that direction, then you're going to have more victories. You next have the, this card says luck, money. It's the coins card. And again, this is a coffee cup oracle. People keep asking, and by Amira. And I feel there's clearly a lot of abundance coming in for you. This could be financial. I do also feel love coming up. I have a feeling these last two rows, we're going to see probably someone new showing up if you want love. If you don't, then I would just say focus on your coins because it looks like there could be a lot of abundance. You have the Empress, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. It's like this is who you are. This is just the past, maybe like a past hurt or something that you've been through. The Empress is also tied to the Tower. She has this waterfall. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but she has a waterfall right above my finger. That waterfall represents chaotic force. That waterfall is water that flows to her from the Emperor, but it kind of also, so it can kind of represent abundance, but it also represents chaotic force, the Tower. She understands that, in life that there are tower moments sometimes. There is chaos sometimes. Five of Wands, your first card. So she understands that she has to deal with those things, but she chooses how she deals with them, and she chooses to focus on abundance right here. And she creates abundance. That scepter that she has in her hand, she uses to grow the wheat that is in front of her. So I would say, what can you do to create more abundance? We're not just talking about money here. We're talking about, all forms of abundance in your life. You also have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing. Again, I do feel truth could have been exposed. Here, maybe someone was giving to two. This diagonal here goes to the Three of Pentacles. Could have been a third-party situation. I don't really consider the Three of Pentacles to be a third party, but again, just looking at the cards here, definitely possible. Seven of Swords also kind of represents doing things differently. He is stealing these swords from an army in the background here. So he's going to war, but he's not like facing the army head on. He's making sure that they can't use those swords against him in battle. So I kind of feel for those of you who, even outside of love, if you're dealing with something tricky this week, this to me would say there's probably a better way to handle a situation than, kind of just facing it head on. You're going to have to figure out what that is. You're going to have to figure that out on your own. I don't know, every single one of your situations, but I feel like there's a solution here. The Nine of Swords says get out of your head. Nine of Swords is like having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare, but you have a choice. You can be the bug or the windshield, as I always say. There's a person right here that is hitting another person with a sword. But that in that carving, it kind of says like you have a choice what you are at this time. This whole entire reading basically says that. So let's see here, Scorpio, what is going on in this row. With the Empress, you have the Queen of Cups. I personally consider the Queen of Cups to be you. I know a lot of people read her as Cancer. It could be a Cancer as well coming in for you, but really, I feel like this is your energy in this reading. I feel like you're protecting your heart. And kind of, this is your heart right here, this cup that she's holding. I always say that the cup that she is holding, it almost looks like a trophy. So, I feel for a lot of you, it's saying protect your heart, but not just in love, you know what I mean? It's like there could be some dreams, goals, wishes that you have. And it might be a good time to just like sit with those things, right? And for 17 seconds, as Esther Hicks says, imagine the future in your future as you want it, right? In regards to those goals, wishes, dreams. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. Someone was immature in a past situation. This feels very abrupt to me, is what I'd say, Scorpio. And again, I don't think this is true for all of you, but I feel for some of you, this is like a very abrupt ending, is what I'd say, from like immaturity or something. With the Nine of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, again, you have a choice. So I would be investing in situations that invest in you, is what this card is saying. Again, not just in love, but otherwise as well, business, work, and all this other stuff. I almost get the feeling that a past person, maybe you tried to do things to, get them to see you and all this other stuff, but maybe the realization that you've had is that you can't, right? If someone isn't willing to put in the work, then it's time to leave, and it's time to find a person who is willing to put in the work. But and that's exactly what I'm getting off this Ace of Pentacles is love-wise. I feel like you're done just investing in situations with people who don't invest with you with that Ace of Pentacles, because Ace of Pentacles is very nurturing energy. It's like a garden. It's something that needs to be taken care of. And I feel like that's what you are opening up to here, is like a person who will actually put the work in. I also feel there could be much better financial opportunities available to you, but again, the very good abundance here, but I kind of feel like you have to see it with that Ace of Pentacles or accept a new opportunity as far as finances are concerned. Next, you have this Authority card, and you also have this Domination card here. I feel like some of you could be fearing competition, like I said, with that Five of Wands. But here's my thing. It's like, I always tell people, it's like, it doesn't matter if you want to have a YouTube channel, and there could be billions of people on YouTube, right? If something is for you, it's for you. It doesn't matter how much competition there is, right? So I feel for some of you need to like stop worrying about the competition of whatever it is that you're doing. And I feel like you just need to keep pushing forward here, especially like on a work or a project. And I say this because of the Moon card right here. You have the Tower, the Moon, and the Three of Pentacles. You can see that there's a path straight down the middle of the moon, and it terminates at some mountains back here. Mountains represent achievements, and so I feel for some of you, it's like you need to see something through to the end, and this could be something where maybe you stop doing it. I feel like I say this to you all the time now, Scorpio, so I don't know. I have no clue, but, take it as it resonates, or take what resonates, leave the rest, whatever you want to call it. But, again, I feel like for some of you, you could be revisiting a project, a business, an idea that you had. I feel like there's a lot of abundance in whatever it is, but, there's going to be a period of time where you're going to have to, like, learn how to do it, where you're going to have to, like, put the work in here. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles tells me that it's like you're the one that's working, but there could be people who help you. There could be people who can assist you, who can guide you, who can get you there, who can, help you be successful. So don't be afraid to work together with other people. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work, and I feel like you do a really good job at whatever it is that you do in life, and I feel like you need to keep pushing forward. She also has polka dots on her cloak, just like on the Seven of Swords. So again, teamwork could be the answer to the Seven of Swords. Like if you're trying to overcome an obstacle, or not even if you're just trying to make something happen in life, working together with other people would be a good idea. You do have the Tower, which is your card, Scorpio. I don't know, I feel like you've been getting the Tower with me for a very long time. So, you could just be going through some major, like, changes, some major reinventions in your life. The Tower has to fall because, the people inside the Tower are ignoring reality. And it's falling so that they can be brought back down to reality. So we're going to have to dig into that Tower and see what's going on here. I do feel like some of you feel a little bit restricted, maybe because of rules and regulations as well. But I feel like that's about to change. I'm not saying you're going to find a way around the rules, but that's kind of what I feel. With the Tower, you have the Knight of Swords. I don't know, maybe you feel like you rushed into something too quickly with a person, and, that could have caused a Tower moment for sure. So, I would say no rushing at this time. By the way, some of you could just be moving as well with the Tower. With the Moon, you have the Ten of Swords. Something is dead done over with. You have the Ten of Swords twice now. But, on this Ten of Swords, it looks like he's moving forward. It looks like he's moving on. They're, like, burying him. So Ten of Swords says something is dead done over with. And it's time to kind of, like, pick yourself back up and start moving forward. And with the Three of Pentacles, you have the Devil. I do feel like you could have been dealing with a third-party situation in the past. And again, you're moving forward. Can we just get, like, where is this going? Scorpio, I want to know, you have the Eight of Cups wanting to pop out twice there, by the way. I don't take pop outs, but we'll see if it comes out. But I want to see, like, what is the whole point of this reading, right? Where is this going, Scorpio? Is there a new beginning? What I would say is the Magician is pointing to the Five of Pentacles. It's almost like, there's an opportunity that maybe you're not seeing here, Scorpio. You have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups, and the Hangman. So it's like you've been waiting for an opportunity. I feel like you've been putting hard work into things in your life. This Four of Cups is like saying, Four of Cups to me is a card of contemplation and apathy. You can see he's pouring this cup out. But these represent opportunities. I kind of feel like you need to realize that there's steps you need to take to get to that, Ace of Pentacles. And I always say that the Four of Cups, it's like he's trying to manifest things in his life, but he needs to mix those things together. It's more, he's like trying to manifest a cake, but he's manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs, and he's got to mix it all together so that he can bake the cake. And that's what's going on here. With the Hangman, I kind of feel like you are going to be moving forward because the Hangman, you can see here in this deck, there's like a lady that's helping him, that's giving him water. But for some of you, I feel like you need to kind of like work together with other people. which we saw in this reading with the Three of Pentacles. But you could have like a negative view of that. And I'm not calling you out here, but Three of Pentacles with the Devil, it's like maybe you've had negative experiences, of course, like everybody else, working together with other people. It could be in love or otherwise. But that's what I get for you here, Scorpio. Could be like, I don't even think it's a bad week. I just think you're in a, because I feel like this has already happened. I feel you're just in a challenging time. And again, I would like move your focus to things that you do want, as hard as that is. I understand. But thank you for being here, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.